Arsenal 2, Newcastle nil. And look, this was one of the games, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans had when before the Liverpool game, that a lot of fans were looking at one of this game as this Newcastle game as one of those, I would say, checkpoints. I think this was one of the games that a lot of Arsenal fans were very worried about, and rightfully so. Newcastle are a very tough team, and I would say leading up to the game, I think everyone was quite nervous because we always know how hard and how good Newcastle have been this season, especially at St James's Park. I think they've only lost, excluding this game, only one game. They've only lost one game, and that was against Liverpool. And even in that game, they played really well. So leading up to this game, I was very nervous, and I think a lot of Arsenal fans were nervous as well, and rightfully so. Look, we haven't been playing the best. Yes, we beat Chelsea, but Chelsea were a very, very poor team, and our defense was looking very leaky. And Newcastle, done the up. What a job by Eddie Howe. Newcastle deserves so much praise. They haven't spent that much money, and the team that Eddie Howe has built, competing for top four, and it looks like they probably will get Champions League. What a brilliant job. Newcastle are no joke, but this game was always going to be tough, even if we were still in the title race, that this game was going to be tough. And I think today, what I loved about this performance was how we dealt with the pressure. So much pressure was on Arsenal today, because if we didn't win today, I think everyone would unanimously agree that the title race would be over. But we got the job done. But let's just talk about the lineup. Jorginho kept his starting position, and rightfully so. I think Jorginho played brilliant against Chelsea, and I think he deserved to play against Newcastle. There were a lot of discussions. Even I had fears of maybe Jorginho being overrun in that midfield, but today the guy just, his experience really showed. He just controlled the game, kept the ball simple, and that is something I believe he has an advantage over Thomas Partey, where he's able to just keep the ball ticking. Like sometimes we don't need these over the top balls, sometimes you just need to keep it sideways, and just so we can get a bit of breathing room and build up more confidence. And I think that's something that Jorginho did. Kivio kept his place, and he also deserved to play today because he played really well against Chelsea. However, in that game I did think maybe, look, he was playing a out of form, out of confidence Aubameyang, but today was going to be the true test, and he passed with flying colours today. He looked so good. And everyone's now obviously begs the question, why didn't he play against the likes of Southampton and West Ham, where we really needed someone to control the ball? And look, I don't have the answers why he didn't play, but he's playing now, and he played really good today. Odegaard, what a performance by Odegaard today. Really a real captain's performance. We needed someone to step up today, especially in that first 15 minutes. Newcastle were all over us, and we needed some moment of magic, and Odegaard brought that today. A fantastic finish, and this guy, I think he's on 15 non-penalty goals. He's having a brilliant season, and today he stepped up. Just as I mentioned, we needed someone to step up. A brilliant goal, and what's so important about that goal was that it was at a point when Newcastle were really on top of us, and when he did score, he silenced the Newcastle crowd, and we looked more comfortable. And to be honest, that first half, we should have been at least 3-0 up. 3-0 up minimum. The chances we created by Odegaard, one-on-ones against the likes of Martinelli, Saka, they really should be scoring there. And I really thought maybe in the second half, we were going to pay for all those missed chances. But luckily, we didn't, and we scored the second goal. A bit of a lucky goal deflection, but overall, look, I think we played better than Newcastle. I think we deserved to win that game. And what was really important in that second half was that we just don't get too emotional. I think especially in that end of the first half, you could see some of our players were getting quite frustrated, and some of them were losing their heads, I would argue a bit. Especially Granit Xhaka, he was just getting so angry, and I really thought, after the repeat of Liverpool, we don't want something like that. We want our players to stay calm. And second half, they stayed calm, and it was honestly a professional performance. We got the job done, and we move on. Obviously, now the towel's not in our hands anymore, so it's looking very unlikely that we will probably win the league. I think the towel's done. You could, or maybe you could see City dropping, maybe losing a game or drawing one game, but asking them to lose one game and then dropping more points after that, it's just impossible. Honestly, it's just impossible. But what's important now is just that we win every single game, just in case if City slips up, and just honestly keep that that gap to a minimum. Honestly, just don't drop any more points. I think the next game we have is Brighton at home. That's going to be a very tough game. You see the way Brighton are playing, but we should hopefully get the win. But look, it was a good performance. I'm surprised why Trossard didn't start today. But look, So Martinelli kept his got in, and he got a assist. I would say so. He repaid Arteta's favor. So yeah, I mean that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments if you're confident on Arsenal. If you still think Arsenal can win the league, or if not, just yeah, let me know in the comments and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.